Hey everybody, I've been challenged by Vegan RV to answer 10 quarantine RV questions. So I have them here and I will do my best to answer them. This is really off the cuff. Okay, so how many rolls of toilet paper do you have is question number one. Personally, I think I have 7 rolls left, which is plenty for me for months, actually. I use Royale, made in Canada, because I am Canadian. So I am supporting a Canadian organization, but also it's good toilet paper. This is the original Royale, and it's good for septic tanks. And I've done the toilet paper challenge as far as looking at what toilet paper works well in the trailer. And I tried a few different kinds, and basically this one is nice and soft, so it's not like cardboard, you know where. And it does the job, and it bursts apart basically. Like I put it into like a 1 liter container and shook it twice and left it for an hour, and then came back and shook it twice again, and basically it just burst apart. So as far as I'm concerned, that's my toilet paper of choice, and I think I have 7 rolls left. So number 2 is number 2, yeah. What has been your biggest challenge since the lockdown? Probably my biggest challenge was when I came back to Canada, because I had been down in Florida, and I was very fortunate. Someone who I only met because of trailers, and me driving past her house and seeing this old trailer that she was restoring in her driveway. And anyway, Carrot, you are an angel. And her and her husband let me stay on their driveway for my 2 weeks of quarantine. So that was not the challenging part. The challenging part was the fact that my refrigerator died on the first day of of my quarantine. So my luck, that's my luck. But Carrot, once again, saved the day, because they have a very nice patio in their backyard, and they have a refrigerator back there that they use during the summer as like their bar fridge. And so that became my refrigerator. And that was my exercise, going from the trailer to the refrigerator to get food out, and a few times a day. And that was my exercise. So that's a question coming up pretty soon. Anyway, so that was my biggest challenge. Everything that had been in my freezer, because of course I shopped in the States before I came into Canada, because you weren't supposed to go shopping or anything like that. You just had to find yourself a place and hunker down for 2 weeks. And so my shopping was done. The majority of it was done in Florida before I left. I had stuff in the freezer. I had chicken breasts and salmon and hamburgers and all kinds of stuff in the freezer, frozen. Anyway, it was all defrosted, so I had to cook all of that up, and so that way I could refreeze it and not just have to throw it out. So anyway, so that was my biggest challenge. And how long ago was it now? I guess about 3 weeks ago, I drove the trailer down to London, Ontario, to the RV dealership, and got the refrigerator fixed. So that was my biggest challenge, probably. But anyway, the refrigerator is working now, thank goodness. So what have I gone without recently? That's the third question. Other than camping and being more outdoors, I haven't really been, I haven't really gone without anything. I do miss being outdoors and traveling. So I guess that's what I've gone without is the traveling. So what am I most grateful for? I am most grateful that I have had a place to come to hunker down. And just about every full-timer who has a house and decides to go full-time, you kind of have to decide, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to sell the house? Am I going to keep the house and just travel and have the house? Or am I going to sell the house and buy something smaller? And how am I going to maintain it and all that kind of stuff? So it took me a long time to figure out what I was going to do. But anyway, I finally figured out when I sold the house that I would buy myself a condo. And fortunately, my older son needed a place to live. So he lives in the condo, and he pays all of the monthly costs and all that kind of stuff. So that has enabled me to travel, and it has enabled him to have a place to live that's reasonably priced. And so it's worked out really well for both of us. So I'm very grateful that I had a place to come back to when everything was shut down, and he wasn't working, and so we've both been able to hunker down here and not kill each other in the process. We've had a couple of disagreements, but like for the most part, it's been a real pleasure. So I'm grateful for a place to come back to, and I'm grateful for both of my sons. Actually, the other son, my younger son, is in Calgary, but we've been FaceTiming all the time, and lots of good family bonding. Has mother, son, daughter. I don't have a daughter. I wanted a daughter. I won't go there. I'm very grateful to have my two sons. So let's leave it at that. Okay, question number 5. What do I miss the most? I miss traveling. Yeah. I really miss traveling and meeting new people. And yeah, that's what I miss the most. What is, question number 6 now. What is your favorite quarantine food? Well, another thing I'm grateful for is that my son, my older son, who I'm living with right now, he's a trained chef. So that's been pretty good. And we made mai the other night with this fabulous roasted pineapple salsa, and what else was it? And a vinaigrette with lots of arugula and spinach and all. Anyway, it was absolutely yummy. So that's probably my most favorite food that we've had. Mind you, we've had other food too. Now, Vegan RV, close your ears. Start going la 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 right now. We had delicious steak on his birthday. So it was my son's birthday while I was home, and so his choice was to have a nice steak, and that's what we had. We had steak on the barbecue that was cooked perfectly, thanks to him, and so that was really good too. So we haven't been without. I am also grateful that I have been on a diet since January, and I have lost weight since then, so I'm very happy for that. But because I'm on a diet, I haven't been like, I know everybody is, COVID fridge, binging and all that kind of stuff. But because I've been on this diet, I haven't been doing that at all. And so that's been a real blessing, because I'm sure I would have been, because yeah, I can eat with the best of them. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So question number 7 is, where are you currently parked or docked? So I am currently in Barrie, Ontario, and at my son's condo. And the unfortunate thing is that he's been recalled back to work. So the condo went from being a sanctuary where we knew once we were back inside, we were safe, like everything in the condo was safe, to now, staying 2 meters or 6 feet for my American friends apart, and wiping down everything in between each other, and like on and on and on. So it's not ideal anymore. And so now I've been looking for a place to go to and do something that I've never done before, which is seasonally park the trailer somewhere. But it's the only way you can get into any kind of campground here in Ontario. So, and I need to move out. I have asthma, and with my age, it's not safe for me to be here. And if I get it, I don't think I'll survive it. So, so I'm better off moving out. So, where will I be? I will be in a private campground, which is also not usually my style. If anything, I like provincial and state and national campgrounds, or preferably boondocking somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. So those are my preferred things. But hey, it's COVID, so gotta go with the flow. And the flow right now is hunkering down for the summer into the fall at a private campground. And I'm looking at 2 of them right now. So I'm just waiting to hear back from one. And the other one asked me to call back next week, but they've basically guaranteed me a spot. So, and one is on Lake Ontario, and the other one is on Lake Huron. So, kind of 2 different directions there, but either one will be fine and terrific. How long has it been since you've been at a campground? So March 16th, I think, is when I left Florida. So that's the last time I've been at a campground. How are you exercising and getting workouts? Well, I'm not. Not really doing a lot of anything, so I'm being a bad girl. But I used to get my exercise by walking to the backyard and going to the refrigerator. So anyway, yeah, so I'm not being very good. Hopefully, once I get into a campground and I'm in the trailer again, I'll be able to feel free to go out for walks and do all that kind of stuff, and maybe get on my bike. So, and who am I challenging next? Well, I don't know if they'll take the challenge or not, but I am going to challenge Less Junk, More Journey, and see if they will respond to this as well. So that's it. Have a good one, everybody. Take care.